Your dog is not lazy. They are likely experiencing learned helplessness. We often joke about the couch potato dog. We see a dog that sleeps all day, refuses to go on walks, or shows zero interest in toys, and we label it as a personality quirk. We call them chill, low energy, or stubborn. But in animal psychology, laziness is rarely a natural state for a predator. Evolution does not select for laziness. It selects for energy conservation or energy expenditure. If your dog isn't doing anything, it's not because they don't want to. It's because they have learned that their actions have no effect on their environment. Today, we are looking at the clinical signs of canine depression and understimulation. We are going to distinguish between a calm dog and a dog that has given up. Welcome to PetMindLab. When we talk about enrichment, most owners think of expensive puzzles or long hikes. But enrichment is actually about biological fulfillment. It is about meeting the species-specific needs of the animal living in your house. If those needs aren't met, the brain changes. Cortisol levels dysregulate. Dopamine production drops. The result looks like a good dog. They are quiet. They don't destroy things. They stay in their bed. But psychically, they are suffering. Here is how to tell if your dog is content, or if they are chronically underenriched. Section 1, the sleep myth. First, let's look at sleep. It is true that dogs need a lot of sleep. An adult dog should sleep between 12 to 14 hours a day. Puppies and seniors need even more. But there is a difference between restorative sleep and avoidance sleeping. If your dog sleeps while you are active, that is a red flag. A content dog sleeps when the pack settles. If you are cooking, moving around, or engaging with the family, a psychologically healthy dog will usually be observing, following, or resting with one eye open. They are part of the flow. If your dog retreats to another room to sleep while the household is active, they are disengaging. This is often a sign of sensory overwhelm or depression. They are checking out because the environment offers them nothing of value, or it causes them stress. Also, look at the quality of the rest. A relaxed dog sprawls. They expose their belly. They dream. A depressed dog often sleeps in a tight ball, guarding their vital organs, even in their own home. This is a defensive posture. It means, I am conserving heat and protecting myself, not, I am comfortable. If your dog is sleeping 16 to 18 hours a day and is under the age of 7, they aren't lazy. They are bored to the point of exhaustion. Section 2, the stubborn walker. Next, let's talk about the dog that stops on walks. You put the leash on. You get to the end of the driveway. The dog plants their feet. You pull, they pull back. You say, he's just being stubborn. Your dog is not being stubborn. They are communicating anxiety. Freezing is a fear response. It is one of the 4 F's: fight, flight, freeze, fawn. When a dog refuses to walk, they are often over threshold. The environment is too loud, too scary, or simply too much. By forcing them to walk, you are flooding them. Alternatively, if your dog walks but drags behind you, head down, showing no interest in the environment, this is learned helplessness in motion. A healthy walk involves sniffing. Sniffing is how dogs process information. It lowers their pulse. It engages the seeking system in the brain. If your dog walks like a robot, just marching forward, not looking left or right, not sniffing, they are not well behaved. They are shut down. They are performing a mechanical function to avoid correction, but they are getting zero mental enrichment from the activity. If your dog hates walks, stop forcing the distance. Start rewarding the exploration. Section 3, the good dog trap. This leads us to the most dangerous myth, the good dog. We have been conditioned to believe that a good dog is a quiet dog. A dog that doesn't bark, doesn't jump, and doesn't demand attention. But silence is not always calmness. Silence can be suppression. In shelter environments, we see dogs that sit quietly at the back of the kennel. Adopters think, oh, he's so calm. Ethologists know this dog is likely the most traumatized. This is the core of learned helplessness. In the 1960s, psychology experiments showed that when animals cannot escape a negative stimulus, eventually, they stop trying. Even when an exit is opened, they stay put. They accept their fate. If your dog never initiates play, that is a warning sign. If your dog never brings you a toy. If your dog never asks for affection. If your dog tolerates handling but doesn't engage with it. This isn't a low-maintenance dog. This is a dog that has learned their agency doesn't matter. They have stopped trying to affect the world around them because they don't believe they can. Section 4. Lack of destruction versus lack of enrichment. Many owners pride themselves on having a dog that doesn't need much. They say, he's fine just hanging out in the yard. A backyard is not enrichment. It is a large kennel. Once a dog has sniffed every corner of the yard, which takes about 10 minutes, that environment is dead to them. It provides no new data. If your dog is left in a yard and just lies by the door waiting to come in, or paces the fence line, they are experiencing isolation, distress, and boredom. Destructive behavior, chewing shoes, digging holes, is actually a sign of a fighting spirit. That dog is trying to create their own enrichment. They are frustrated and they are acting on it. The dog that does nothing? That dog has internalized the boredom. That is a deeper psychological hole to dig out of. Section 5. The science of re-engagement. So, how do you fix it? You don't need to run a marathon. You need to activate the seeking system. This is the part of the brain responsible for curiosity and desire. First, change your walks. Stop walking for exercise. Walk for information. Put your dog on a long line. Let them sniff one bush for 5 minutes if they want to. Sniffing lowers cortisol. It is the canine equivalent of reading the news. It is mental stimulation. Second, stop feeding from a bowl. In animal psychology, there is a concept called contra-free loading. Given the choice, most animals prefer to work for their food rather than having it given for free. It gives them a dopamine hit. Scatter their kibble in the grass. Put it in a snuffle mat. Hide it in boxes. Make them use their nose and their brain to eat. This proves to them that their actions searching lead to a positive outcome: food. It reverses learned helplessness. Finally, give them agency. If your dog walks away from you, let them. If they choose a different route on a walk, follow them. Show them that their choices have an impact on their reality. Conclusion. Depression in dogs doesn't look like sadness. It looks like stillness. If you have a lazy dog, try increasing their mental workload for 1 week. You might find you don't have a lazy dog at all. You have a bored genius waiting to be woken up. Subscribe and follow PetMindLab for more science-based dog psychology.